You like to be outside? Apollo, you like to be outside? Good boy. Good boy. What's going on, everybody? How are you doing today? I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking. Apollo, come on. Come on, let's go. Go with the chickens. All right, so I am back again in my chicken pen. They're my friends, and so are you. That was really, really lame. Sorry about that, but anyway, let's let these chickens out here. Come on, guys. Come on. The few of you that are actually left, most of them are dead. Sadly, most of them have been eaten. I guess humans are not the only animals that like chicken. Oh, stretch them wings. Yeah. Stretch them wings. They're like freedom. All right, so there you go. Yep. All right, enough of that. So they're very happy to be outside. They're out of jail because they were just like in their chicken coop. And anyway, look at this real quick. This right here is the frame of my big chicken coop. It's going to be 2 stories. It's going to have the upstairs and downstairs. That's just the frame of it. Obviously, I have like a, it's a slanted roof. It's not an A-frame. I don't know what you call that, but it's just one slant. So I built that using salvaged wood from my old pool deck. So I wouldn't have, if I built this like buying all new material, I wouldn't have used this specific, type of wood, but I worked with what I had, and it's good. It'll do the job. Man, so much stuff to talk about. My Alpha Truth space on Quora has been doing well. Just hit over 1,000 followers on there. So check that out. Link will be in the description. It's called the Alpha Truth. And also my other space on Quora crossed over 1,000 views, and it's called Male Advice. If you want to learn to be a better man, if you want to succeed in your career and in your relationships, check out Male Advice on Quora. Link will be in the description. And yeah, don't be shy on there. Go ahead and ask a question, leave a comment or something like that, and maybe someone can help you out. So, did you guys see the presidential debate? It's like, that was just a show, just so you know. It was a total show, meaning it's a charade. It's like, these guys are not, they're not really running the show. They're not running the country. Come on. I mean, it was entertaining, but it was like cringy to watch. It was like cringy. Like, I mean, the other guy Biden told Trump, come on, shut up, man. Just will you shut up? Yeah, not very professional. That's all I'll say about that. Not very professional. Who do you think's gonna win? My view on it is, from what I see in real life, I see more Trump supporters in real life. But when you watch TV, like the media, or on Twitter, where famous people are talking about it, they're talking about Biden. Because, the Democrats, they have control. They have the majority control over most of the mainstream media channels, other than Fox News. And I mean, they have most celebrities. They have like late night TV shows. Pretty much everyone's on their side as far as like Hollywood goes. But yeah, I mean, really what's going to happen, if no matter who wins, is America is going to have more debt than it already has. But if Biden wins, the debt is going to go up even faster. Because, that's not even really an argument, because Biden is more, he's more socialist. He doesn't identify as a socialist, but he will have more, government programs. He wants government to be bigger, and Trump also will make the government get bigger, just not as fast. Either way, the president does not actually run the country. I mean, he might run some like civil aspects of it, but the Federal Reserve the central bank of the United States, and now the central bank of the world, they run the actual world, and they run the country and the world. They literally control the money supply, and we don't vote for them, just so you know. They're a private organization, so they never taught you this in school, but they have more power than our president has. I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory either. They just simply do. I mean, so America is, over 20 trillion in debt. Where do you think a lot of that debt comes from? Who actually finances it? Who is the creditor? A big creditor nowadays is the Federal Reserve. I mean, the Federal Reserve is literally printing money out of thin air and buying corporate bonds, probably corporate stocks through indirect means. They're buying everything. So how do you print money out of thin air and then buy real world assets with it? It's unbelievable. They're gonna own like almost everything. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. And most people don't even realize it. So in the coming years, expect a lot of inflation. We've already seen quite a bit of inflation. Look at the price of bottled water. Look at the price of a lot of things going up dramatically. I mean, I'm talking like, I've seen like 50, 60, 70% increases on certain items. That's a huge jump, and it's gonna increase exponentially. That will increase. All right, sorry about that. My camera died. So we should be good now to at least finish this video. But yeah, as I was saying, the Federal Reserve is printing, that we know of, $40 billion per month. If you go out to the grocery store right now, you're gonna see higher prices. And you could say, well, water's only like $5 now. Well, 4 or 5 months ago, it was only $2 or $3. That's a huge increase in price. So what if that same increase in price happens? So that's like an 80% increase. Let's just call it a 100% increase in price. Well, if it does another 100% increase in price, it'll go from $5 to $10. So does $10 for a 24 pack of water sound like a lot? And then what if it happens again and it goes to $20? Guess what, guys? That is most likely going to happen. Unless something else happens that changes the trajectory of this impending currency crisis, because that's what we have in America. And ignore my blue tongue, I was eating fruit roll-ups. Yeah. So that's what we have here in America, is an impending currency crisis. I mean, it's a debt crisis, but really it's the same thing, since the US dollar is a unit of debt. It's really a synonymous, you can either say a currency crisis or a debt crisis. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your money that's the problem here. And you're going to have to, or you should be preparing. And I'm not saying preparing for the end of the world. I'm saying that you should be putting any resources you have. If you have a job and you get paid whatever currency, you're probably from America if you're watching this, but whatever your country, and it's the same, actually, the same thing's happening all over the world. You should be buying hard assets. Gold, silver, you can even buy platinum or palladium, but at least just buy silver. Silver is going to be the best hard asset you can own. So buy silver. If you don't know where to buy it, I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a couple links. I'll put 2 links of brokers that I have used for the past 10 years. And know that you're not requesting some gold kit, some gold packet. It's literally this website. If you click below, it's like buying something off Amazon. It's like the same thing. So whenever I tell people that they should buy gold or silver, they don't really know what I'm talking about. So you either buy coins called bullion or bars. Just go out and buy some silver eagles. You'll see it right at the top. The tab will say silver, and then go to silver eagles. Or what I personally buy is the silver maple leafs. It's the Canadian version. So I'm not Canadian, but I just like those coins better because it's It's 99.9999% pure silver, whereas the silver maple leaves are only 3 nines pure. Doesn't really make a difference, but I'm just weird like that. But yeah, check it out. It's super easy. All you do is you can buy it with check, cash, credit card, Bitcoin, and they'll ship it right to your door, and it's insured. So I've been using these 2 brokers, or whatever you want, vendors, for 10 years. That's a thing that really you must be doing if you care about your financial future. Now, I'm not an investment advisor. This is, just what I'm doing, but if you do a little research yourself, you will most likely come to the same conclusion. So when they print a bunch of money, they don't print a bunch of gold and silver. So what ends up happening is there's more dollars that exist chasing the same amount of goods and services. So just by the most basic fundamental principle in economics is, the law of supply and demand. So it's just really simple. I mean, there's going to be more dollars chasing the same amount of gold and silver. Therefore, the price of it will go up in terms of dollars. In terms of real value, generally it just stays about the same. So for example, just because, so gold's right now is like $2,000 an ounce right now. Well, in 5 years it could be $8,000 or $10,000 an ounce. But so in terms of dollars, you just doubled, made more than double on your money there. You made, hundreds of percent dollar-wise. But in 5 or 10 years from now, maybe $10,000 will only buy you what $2,000 buys you today because of inflation. So the whole point in buying metals is not so much to make money, although you can, but the main purpose is to save the money you actually worked for so it doesn't get inflated away. So inflation, actually, you go with inflation and it doesn't go against you. Sadly, most people will not do this. That's one, very easy, everybody can do it, takes no effort, nothing to get to do that. That's a great way to hedge yourself against them printing $40 billion a month. Another more risky way is cryptocurrencies. Buy some Bitcoin, buy some of the top cryptos. I'm not recommending any specific, don't put your life savings in it, but that also is the similar type of thing where there's only a set amount of Bitcoin, or most of the major cryptos, there's only a set amount of them. 21 million Bitcoins is all there will ever be. So as long as people are still buying Bitcoin, it's going to have value. And here's the thing, guys, same principle. If they're printing more and more money, well, that cash is going to have to go somewhere, and at least a percentage of that printed capital will go into cryptos. At least a percentage will, and that will increase the price. So that's a really good thing to have too. And you could say, well, what if the electricity goes out and blah, blah, blah. I'm just giving different things to think about here. If the electricity and the internet go off, well, we're already screwed. That's not an argument against Bitcoin. Our money's already digital. I mean, ATMs wouldn't work. Your credit cards wouldn't work. Your online banking, paying bills, all that stuff wouldn't work already today. So I hate when people say that about Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, obviously that's a bad thing. And obviously if a comet hits the Earth, probably a bad thing too. I would, just have to guess on that one. So, I mean, that's not an argument. That's just like saying something bad is going to happen. Well, yeah, something bad is pretty bad because it's bad, right? I don't know, whatever. So another thing is real estate. Obviously, that's a good one. I talked about it in another video. That's a little bit different. Not everyone can do that or go down that path. But anyway, I always just I want to help you. I want everyone to be successful. So I'm the type of guy that I want you to be successful. It makes me happy to see you happy, or I want to see you doing good in life. There's a lot of people out there that don't want that. They get very envious of other people when they succeed. And I'm not judging them and I'm not blaming them. It's something that they need to work on because it causes unhappiness for themselves. But I genuinely want you watching this video to have a good life. I want you to be successful, and I'm just trying to throw out ideas that could potentially help you. You may have heard some of the things I talk about before, you may not have. So I don't know who's watching this video, so that's why I'm saying it. I would like for someone to do that to me, which I listen to other people all the time. So that's another thing is you don't want to have too much pride. You don't want to think you know everything. Listen to other people because you can learn a lot. Everyone is good at something. And don't ever make the mistake in thinking that you're not good at the thing that you're good at just because you're not good at everything. So if you're really good at talking to people, like say you have good customer service skills or something, whatever it is, but you're not very good at math or you don't know your historical facts, and you might suck at that. Well, don't let that get you down on the things you are good at. So focus on your strengths, and then something that you really need to try to incorporate in your life is leverage other human beings to your advantage. And I don't mean take advantage of them in a negative way, but use other people, use their strengths to help you, and in return, use your strengths to help them. So something good that I'm at, or fairly good at it, is, or at least I like doing it, is communicating and getting information out there. I like to be like the mouthpiece or the messenger. That's what I like to do. I'm pretty good at retaining knowledge, so I can send that out in the world. But I'm not so good. I never even do math. You know what I mean? There's so many things I'm not good at all. Sales, so I can do a certain kind of sales, but I don't really like doing over the phone cold call sales, which I've done before. I was a freight broker at one point, and it was very unfulfilling. It's a necessary job, but anyway, just focus on what you're good at, and then hire other people to do things for you. For example, I don't have time to clean my house, so I hired a maid. So it's not that I want a maid. I don't really want one necessarily. I kind of have to have one if I want a clean house because I'm working so much. So that's leveraging someone else, to benefit my life, but it's also benefiting the maid who's making a living, as one of having customers. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll move on from the financial talk. If you watch this channel, you'll realize I'll be talking about this stuff quite a bit, and I might repeat myself sometimes, but I don't know. The other thing that I'm also into is spirituality. I think personally, all the financial stuff that I just said ties in with spirituality, because in order to be successful in a positive way, in terms of finances, you really need to get yourself to a higher level. Now, you can obviously run scams and do bad things, but I'm not interested in business that's going to hurt anybody and selling some widget that's a piece of junk. I am only in the business to provide value for other people. And if it doesn't provide value for other people and it's just going to scam them out of their money, I'm not interested. So because of that, I believe you have to really work on yourself. And spirituality is a great path to go down because you're knocking two birds with one stone. You have to improve yourself to gain in spirituality. And while you're doing that, you're also learning and unraveling the mysteries of how reality works to begin with. And that's very interesting to learn how things actually work. It's interesting to me. So that's why I said, if you want learn some pretty cool stuff, guys. No joke. Check out the Alpha Truth space on Quora. The link is in the description. I post a new lesson every single day. Most days, you know, there might be a day that I don't, but you know, you get the point. I post it like all the time. New lessons that are things that you probably don't know. Maybe you do. Either way, it's super interesting to read. Pretty quick reads. You know, most reads will take you a couple minutes. And leave a comment on there and check it out. I actually created the same name on Facebook. I'm kind of hesitant on doing this on Facebook because Facebook hates the truth. They like, it's like they'll block you, you know, if you start saying certain things. But we'll see how that goes. I haven't even really launched that yet, or like, I don't even have a picture on it yet, you know what I mean? So, but check it out on Facebook. The pages are there. So it's the Alpha Truth. And then the other one, if you're a man or if you're a woman who wants insight into the male mind, check out Male Advice. That's on Quora too. So that link will be in the description as well. Yeah. My chicken's right here, doing good as usual, even though there's only 3 left. I can't believe I bought so many chickens and most of them already died. It's unbelievable. I mean, look at this. I have this pinned in area and something's still managing to get them. I don't know. It's really annoying. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I'll definitely be making some more videos, trying to do them, you know, at least once a week. I'd like to do it more. But if there's anything you want me to talk about, or if you have any questions or anything like that, just leave them down in the comments on this video. Check out my other videos. And yeah, make sure to like this video. Obviously right now it's a small channel, not that many views. So, you know, the like button actually does help. So if you could just hit it. Subscribe to this channel. Like I said, coming out with multiple videos, or at least one video a week. Would love if you could subscribe. I would appreciate it. Every subscriber counts, especially when you're a small channel like me. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you in the next time. Peace.